Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today we're doing Union Arena. Of course, we're doing the new Jujutsu Kaisen set. Just came out. It is the third set for Union Arena. Again, it is a monthly game, right? So it's like think of like a Spotify subscription. You have to renew it every now. It's not that bad, but obviously, if you're not interested in an IP, the idea is that you can just skip it, right? So that's why they release, I think at least, so many. So many sets, just because so many people will inevitably land on that camp, right? Of, hey, I happen to be a Bleach fan, I happen to be a Attack on Titan fan, I happen to be a Jujutsu Kaisen fan, Demon Slayer, whatever, and they'll just buy those properties. So each month they have to try to captivate essentially what it is, a new audience, right? So interesting release model, obviously very white shorts like, but hey, we already talked about that. So we're starting off good. We already talked about that in the previous video, so we won't talk too much about it. But as always, I'm kind of curious how you guys feel about it. These are, of course, going to be screenshots, which again, RIP, that kind of sucks. But hey, what do you do? I can barely see the. Okay, so these are the SRs. So they are a bit different in this one. I guess they're going to be gold background. So that's pretty cool. So I'll separate the rares and the SRs at least. We'll keep the, I guess, the limited pack. What is this? Box promo. Usually box promo packs aren't that good. Digimon sometimes does go crazy, but Digimon is definitely the exception, not the norm. So kind of curious. Whoa, what is this? Oh, okay, we're starting. I was gonna say, is this a higher than? It's kind of hard to see with this lighting. Sorry, but hopefully you guys don't mind as much. There you go. Hopefully you guys can see it. Look at that foil. So this is an SR. Obviously, this is the alt art, and unfortunately, you do only get one alt art, which is obviously another point that we talked about. But hey, we did get it pretty early on, so RIP. Unfortunately, unless we pull something, I think it's one of those like special cards. I think it's per case at the 2 stars. Then I don't think we're gonna see too much of anything else. So hey, I guess we'll have to find out. How are you guys feeling about Jujutsu Kaisen? Of course, probably one of the, I would say, hottest IPs right now in anime. Obviously, for it being such a new one, it's pretty cool to see, right? It's pretty encouraging. Obviously, anime recently in these last couple of years has been kind of on a pretty dominant trend, I would say. Like you would see, sorry, my dog just like this weird ass spin, and it was so funny. But anyways, it's something that you would never really see before. Like you're seeing animes like the Dodge, they did the whole Hololive thing. I'm not really into VTubers or anything, but that's kind of crazy, right? Like you're seeing them in major sporting events, just in casual, like shoes, stuff like that, like clothing. More people are into anime, I think, than ever before, which is, hey, it's pretty great, right? Obviously, like 10 years ago, it was pretty hard to find people into anime. Hell, I would even say like 6-7 years ago, it was pretty hard to find other people into anime, or at least be so like forthcoming about it, right? Like, hey, are you into anime? Hell yeah, bro. Like you see people dressed up as Jujutsu Kaisen characters, right? And I think that's so cool that anime has become so popular. Obviously, very mainstream. A lot of people are talking about the new releases. A lot of people are talking about and hyping up the new stuff, right? So, hey, I love it. As long as they're hyping up Bleach. Sorry. Anyways, I love it. I love to see it. Obviously, I think it's great. I think it's great for the industry as well, just becoming so big. Hey, it's going to hopefully give rise to new and fresh ideas, right? So always let me know what you guys think is your favorite new anime. And by new, I mean, let's obviously, new is kind of hard to define depending on some people. Some people might say, oh, if you want to talk new, it has to come out this year. But let's be realistic. Let's count also Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, these like new wave animes. Obviously, Attack on Titan wouldn't count, so you don't have to say that one. But these like newer wave anime, like where would you guys rank them? Where do you guys feel about them? Which one do you guys like the most? Jujutsu Kaisen, actually, speaking of these big new hype of anime, I actually haven't gotten a chance to see a lot of it, but since it is so hype, it is one of those situations. Oh, speaking of, there you go. I got the regular version. Speaking of, it is one of those unfortunate situations where I have seen so many of the important moments, fights, just like on social media, right? Like specifically on Twitter, where pretty much it seemed that whenever a hype thing happened, like it would blow up on Twitter, and unfortunately I would get to see it. Of course, I could just scroll, and I did for a lot of things, like the more story-heavy things, but for like fights, they look so damn good that I had to watch it. And dude, yeah, no, they're definitely pushing the limit. This one and Demon Slayer, I think, are some of the best fight scenes I've seen. Realistically speaking, it's kind of crazy, just going from the ones I used to watch mainly used to be like Naruto and Dragon Ball. And obviously, I'm not saying they have bad fights, but the animations on these, man, they're a whole other level. It's kind of crazy. So, hey, like I said, I think that's just a natural evolution of the industry, right? As we get more and more money poured into it, hopefully our standards and the product we get, hopefully will continue to increase in quality, right? And I'm so happy. It was one of those things that I won at what cost. It took me like 12 years, but it is one of those reasons why I'm so happy that Bleach. I don't want to say that Bleach got canceled. I'm happy about it, but obviously that we do get this resurgence in Bleach like 12 years ago because we benefit of these insane animations, and we've seen some of it. We've seen Renji versus Uryu. We've seen Ichigo versus Yuha, and these are like completely new fights, right? It's just insane. Yeah, I love to see it, man. So how do you guys feel about it, obviously? How do you guys feel about Jujutsu Kaisen? Of course, if you're watching this, you're probably a fan. So, hey, let me know. I do plan to watch it now. I think it's over. The reason is, and you're probably thinking, like, why the hell haven't you watched it if you're into anime? And the reason is just because nowadays, I don't think in anime it's as big of an issue, but in movies and, like, series, this is such a big issue where, like, if you get into, like, a new series, they take so long to release, like, the next season, like, I'm talking 2 or 3 years. Obviously, not even just for, like, the big ones, or, like, obviously you're saying, like, oh, Stranger Things takes forever, but we're talking just in general. It generally takes so long to get shit going that I kind of just like waiting until it's either over. These new animes usually aren't as long. I'm not talking like, like Naruto Shippuden used to have like 200 and something episodes, right? And these new animes just don't reach that. So that's something that I'm really happy about, and that's why I'm kind of willing to wait, right? Because I can wait and just get to experience all of it in one go. But again, I do recognize the characters. Obviously, I know that Sukuna is like a demon version of I think his name is Yuji, the main guy, the Yuji Todori or something like that. And then obviously I do recognize Gojo and all these different characters, right? So very interested in the story. It's like an Ichigo situation. So here's something that I think would be pretty cool. I'm already doing this opening without having seen a single episode. Again, I do recognize some of the characters. I've seen probably the most hype fights by this point. Not the newest ones. I have been trying to hold off on the newer stuff since obviously I do plan to see it now, since I think they announced the ending soon. So I don't know if it already ended or if it's coming soon, but whatever it is, hey, I'm hyped. Definitely. If it's ending soon, then I definitely am willing to watch it now, since the wait won't be as long, right? So I don't know. Let me know about it. How do you guys feel about it? If you do know the ending, obviously without spoilers, Jesus Christ, how do you feel about it? If obviously it's super hard to wrap up especially like such beloved series. It's very hard to stake the landing. I mean, just look at Attack on Titan. A lot of people hate it. Obviously, I have my issues with it, but I definitely have my issues with it. But I don't think it's the worst. Obviously, you have My Hero Academia recently also didn't really stick the landing. That's a series that I don't really have any or a lot of interest in, at least like catching up or like watching everything. So I did kind of just read or like watch the ending or read it, I guess. And yeah, apparently it's not so great. I'm not gonna spoil it in case you're a fan, but yeah, but a lot of people weren't happy about it, and the protagonist, obviously, a lot of people felt that he could have been in a better spot, right? So, I don't know, how do you guys feel about the ending? If you do know, in one word, how do you feel about the Jujutsu Kaisen? There you go, that's the question of the video. In one word, how do you feel about the Jujutsu Kaisen ending? How about that? Again, and for episode 2, how about this? I'll try if, what is this, Jogo? Oh, what the hell? Sukuna's thing. What the? So yeah, I wonder what their powers are. Do they have like the similar powers as like an Ichigo situation? I actually kind of wonder. Where he pretty much has the exact same powers. He's just like a stronger version of him until he eventually surpasses him. Or is he like a completely different version of him? Like just has completely different powers. He can. Because I know he has like that world thing, like that he pulls you into like this world, world. And that obviously looks super... Oh, speaking of, nice. Is it just a... Oh, no, I actually got the SR. Nice. So, yeah, speaking of. So, he pulls you into, like, this world or, like, something like that. And I'm pretty sure that's, like, his main power. So, that's pretty cool. I don't know if the main guy can do that. But, hey, if he can't, then... I don't know. I kind of rather be that demon, not gonna lie. That's kind of busted. Just whenever someone's giving you any trouble, just send them packing. See it? This actually looks really sick. I actually really dig the black background, and I like that That's something that I kind of didn't really like in the. Speaking of, I actually haven't gotten my Bleach stuff, so hey, you and I are waiting. I know I said I open it when I get it, and hey, I'm not lying. I still haven't gotten it, so RIP on that one. If you're interested, hey, definitely stay tuned for part 2 and for Bleach, hopefully. But that's something that I kind of didn't like about the Hunter x Hunter ones and the Bleach ones, was that a lot of them just have like the series name or like the character's name, and I just feel like that's kind of redundant. I can see the name and I know what series it is, right? So I kind of don't like that when they do that. Like the what's it called, the Gone SR, for example, he had like a circle around him that just said like Hunter x Hunter. I was like, oh, I mean, it's okay, right? But this one is just like cool. Again, not all the Hunter x Hunter ones were like that, and I haven't seen all the Bleach ones, but I don't like when they do that. I just feel like, again, it's just, it doesn't look good, and it is kind of redundant. I don't know. But again, that could just be me. This is going to be kind of hard because I don't recognize a lot of these characters. Yikes. I guess I'll just go by what designs I like, I guess. There you go. Alright, this is. Number 1, had to give a shout out to the demon himself, Sukuna. Very, very cool. So obviously, again, he does just look the same. I think the only difference is like his face paint. He has like, or I don't know what they are, like markings, wherever they are. He just has that, and obviously I'm guessing he has different powers. Again, I'm not sure though. So I don't know if it's like a Ichigo situation where they share the powers, or if it's like a, I don't know, like a completely different situation where they just have completely different, you know, like moves, like a move pool, if you want to call it that, if you want to go on like an RPG. Then you have Kentor, Kento, sorry, Kentor, what the hell, I don't know where I pulled that art, but Kento, I don't recognize this one, but I just like that, you know, like the whole, like you said, that black background and the little squares. Hunter x Hunter, Gon actually had a similar to that one, and Hisoka's altar was like that, so kind of reminds me of those. Then we have Toge, so I'm guessing these are going to be the standard ones. So again, I think it's neat that they got rid of the whole logo thing. I just think it looks better overall. Again, even if it's just a more so plain background, I just think it looks a lot better, right? When you're just not clogging it up with, in my opinion, again, just information that you don't really need. Then we have, 3 and 4. Then we have Maki Seni. Again, I'm kind of going through these because I don't want to fake it. I don't want to say, oh, we got Maki, because I don't really recognize them, right? So, oh yeah, like I was talking about it, and I kind of just went in a whole other train. What I do maybe plan to do is, obviously this video I kind of went in blind for the series. I'm kind of learning a lot of these characters' names and just seeing the character designs and stuff. And it does seem that it's going to be kind of similar to Shonen's, where it's based on a high school kid. So I'm guessing just based on the uniforms, obviously. But obviously that's how most mangas are, because that's obviously the main audience, right? The main target demographic, if you want to call it. I'm not saying, whoa, don't even get me started, right? I'm not saying, oh, they're for kids, because trust me, I'm one of the biggest proponents of inclusivity in manga. So trust, this is not the issue. But I just think it's pretty interesting how so many of them, like, where's the college? Dude, where's my college-aged manga where there's a dude in university and he's trying to, like, struggle, and then some crazy shit happens, right? I would love that. I would love that setting if it was in a college, or like or even an adult. Fuck it, hell, give me adulthood. Anyways, I just think it would be interesting. I just think it's kind of funny how all of them are based on high school. Wait, I completely forgot about that. Extra pack. It should just be I was gonna say it should just be a full version of an uncommon/common. I think uncommon. So hey, that's pretty cool. Right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys feel about the, again, in one question, the question of the video, in one word, how do you feel about the ending of Jujutsu Kaisen? If you've seen it, or if you've read it, seen it, or again, I don't know the situation. Again, no spoilers, please. And how do you feel about this set? How do you feel about the art overall? How do you feel about the meta? Again, I'm very curious about that. How do you feel about the monthly releases? Just a bunch of questions. I'm very curious how people are responding to Union Arena. Thankfully, it doesn't seem that we will have a stock problem. Prices are pretty stable, I would say. MSRP is supposed to be 80. It's a little under that, like 65, 70. I don't think that's the end of the world. I think that's pretty fair. Boxes are plentiful, it seems like. So, hey, thankfully, this doesn't seem like it's going to be a One Piece situation. Or Digimon seems to finally be correcting itself. But some of the later sets of Digimon, they get pretty crazy, right? So, thankfully, it doesn't seem like it'll be the case. So, definitely be patient. If you missed the pre-orders, hey, don't worry about it. You don't have to overpay anything. Just be patient and you'll find product. All right. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hey, see you.